Ready for it.
Thrilled for it.
Presenting Franks with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
We're unpacking some of the trends from IPL 2025. As it stands, 58 games with a pause in proceedings, and arguably nothing stood out this season, Aakash, Matt, than the fact that home wasn't so homely to most teams, was it?
Yeah, correct. Right from game one, actually, has been a trend that has been spoken about. Ajinkya Rahane was clearly not very pleased with the surface that got dished up by the Eden Gardens curator in game one. And that's continued through the season. We've heard quite a few teams mention it as something that they've not been happy with. And the numbers are pretty stark, actually. If we compare this season to previous IPL seasons, this is one of the worst in terms of home advantage. Home teams have actually, in aggregate, lost more games than they've won. Which I think would be a big surprise. I think there's a few possible reasons for it. Clearly, franchises aren't quite getting the control they've hoped for over their pitches. I think the BCCI have said that they want to ensure that there's a balance between bat and ball, and they've introduced some rules to ensure that's the case. And I suppose also another thing might be the fact that it's the first season after a mega auction. So some of these players who are on the home team are actually not very familiar with conditions at whichever ground they're playing at.
Makes a lot of sense, actually. And I'm of the opinion that when you play at home, you should get the conditions that you wish. And even if that means you're creating a dust bowl at Chennai because you've got 3 spinners, that will bring a different aspect of playing cricket. And playing cricket is also navigating through spin-friendly surfaces as well. Why does it have to be a flat pitch? And if it is a flat pitch, then challenge the bowlers a little more, that they need to find ways to stay relevant. So if home teams are not going to be allowed to choose the pitches that they like, then it just defeats the purpose of having home and away games. So yes, some teams, in fact, Chennai was complaining. I mean, of all teams, of course, that fortress was breached a few times this season, and they were complaining that we are not getting the pitches that we want. So, I mean, but I do feel home advantage is equals to the pitches that you actually want and you get.
One part of it is not getting the pitches you want. The other bit that was on display at a lot of venues was a marked variance from pitch to pitch. You almost got 2 or 3 different types of games from particular venues. Where do you stand on that, and the effect that has on perhaps making it a level playing field or making things more exciting?
Which is brilliant, actually. Because if you were to look at Gujarat, and they come to my mind because they do have a surface or the square which is fairly big and it's got 3 color soil. They've got a black one, they've got a red one, they've got a mixed one. So they actually decide, okay, we are playing against a team that doesn't have the spinners. Okay, we are going to play Rashid, Washington Sundar and Sai Kishore. Let's make a slightly slow surface for Sunrisers Hyderabad because they come up with only 1 leg spinner. And if we are playing against a different team, we want to play on a flattish surface because that's what we want. We say maybe if they're playing against Lucknow or Delhi, that their batting isn't firing, their spin is good. Let's nullify the spin. Let's see what our 3 top batters can actually do, and you go in that direction. I think that makes a lot of sense and brings and challenges the team as well, that you don't have to be one-dimensional. If you have different ways of winning games, I mean, that's what we do. If we go we are playing at Gaba, you should get a green top. Perth should have bounce. If you come to India, then the pitches should turn a little. If it's not happening, then it's what is the home advantage?
Yeah, and it's evidenced in the fact that GT, MI, and I think Punjab, of all teams, who've traditionally hated home, were the only teams with a positive win-loss record this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the most impressive elements of that has been the fact that RCB, despite having a quiet time of it at the Chinnaswamy, have managed to get themselves into the position they have with wins on the road. And I think that has probably shown their all-round adaptability to different sets of conditions. I would add Punjab into that as well because of the fact that they've played at 2 different home venues. They've adapted their side accordingly. We've seen them, bring in extra seam options in Dharamsala in particular, and had that promotion of Josh Inglis to number 3 in their first game there. So I think it's been interesting to see different teams manage those home conditions well. But I think, adaptability is always a key for teams that are getting towards the top of the table.